During the time of the judges, a man decided to leave Bethlehem. So he took his wife Naomi and their 2 sons and went to the country of Moab. But things didn't go well there. They lived there for 10 years, and during that time, the man died. Their 2 sons married Moabite women, and then the 2 sons died. This left Naomi alone with her 2 daughters-in-law. She decided to go back to Bethlehem, so the 3 of them packed up and left. Along the way, Naomi stopped and said to her 2 daughters-in-law, "Go back to your home and to your parents. I pray that the Lord will bless you as you have been a blessing to me. I trust that you will find a good husband and have many children." And with that, they all 3 cried and hugged one another. The 2 daughter-in-laws agreed that they wanted to stay with Naomi and go with her, but she said, no, go back to your home. Even if I became pregnant tonight, you wouldn't wait until my son grows old enough so that you could marry him? I have nothing for you. Life with me will be bitter. One of the daughter-in-laws then left and went home. The other one was a woman by the name of Ruth. She says, "I won't leave you. Don't make me go. Where you go, that's where I'm going to go. Where you live, that's where I will live. Your people will be my people. Your God will be my God. And where you die, that is where I will die and be buried. Only death will separate you and me." Well, Naomi realized that she couldn't argue with her, so the 2 of them went back to Bethlehem. The whole city came out to greet them. They were so pleased to have Naomi come back. She said, "Don't call me Naomi anymore." So that means pleasant, and life has not been pleasant. Call me Mara, which means bitter, because the Lord has allowed my life to be bitter. So the 2 women settled in their home in Bethlehem. Life was rough because both of them were poor. Fortunately, it was the time of harvest, and poor people were allowed to go out in the field and to gather grain after the harvest. So Ruth got up and went out and chose the particular field owned by a man by the name of Boaz. As she worked in the field, later in the morning, Boaz came to the field and saw her and asked the foreman, "Who is that young woman?" "Oh, she is the Moabite woman who came back with Naomi. She's a hard worker." So Boaz went to her and said, "Don't go to any other field. Stay here. You will be safe here. Follow my servant girls wherever they go. Don't worry about the men. I've already talked to them. They're going to leave you alone. You'll be safe. In fact, when you're thirsty, go drink from their water supply." Ruth bowed her head and thanked him and said, "Why are you being so kind to a foreigner?" Well, he said, "We have heard how you have been kind to Naomi. You have left your country and your parents to come here and take care of her. May the Lord bless you." With that, he went back to his men and told them to leave a little grain in her path. And when it came time to eat, they were to share their food with her. That night, Ruth went back with all that she had gathered, and Naomi was amazed. And so Ruth told her about the kindness of the owner of the field, a man by the name of Boaz. Oh, Naomi was thrilled when she heard the name Boaz. Says, "Oh, Ruth, do what he says. Only work in his field because he is a close relative. You will be safe there." So Ruth continued to go back and work among the servant girls of Boaz. She worked there through the barley harvest and all the way through the wheat harvest.